Town Council meeting of April 8th, 2019 to order. We do have one item to delete from the agenda. That's the item D under the Town Administrator's Report, the award bid for Tudor Hall water storage tank. I guess there was some discrepancy in the
bids
bid
all
opening.
came in over. We need to really look at them and research.
But I guess there's one that...
It's possible, but we didn't have enough time to get all of the documentation.
Yeah. Okay. So, first off would be the invocation, and Tyler's going to lead us in the invocation this afternoon.
All right, let us pray. We seek blessings on the task before us. Bless our efforts with clear insight, our deliberations with wisdom, our work with clarity and accuracy, and our decisions with impartiality. Amen.
Amen. And Terry, you want to lead us in the pledge?
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you very much. Okay. Everyone should have received a copy of the minutes from March 11th, 2019. Any comments, questions?
I move to approve the March 11th, 2019 minutes as presented.
I'll second.
A motion and a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much. And Rebecca, Treasurer's report, please.
We'll start with the March financial information that was in your packet. I did not need to transfer any funds to or from the local government investment pool. We are 75% through the budget. I don't have anything particular on the income statement to talk about, but if you have any questions, just let me know about that. I can tell you that on April 1st, we finally received the final grant payment for the ENR project. So from the state's perspective, all of their records are final and closed. We continue to incur expenses that are not eligible for grant participation. The computerized O&M manual is still being worked on, and there's still some training that's happening on equipment for staff. So we'll have some of those expenses occurring through June 30 is what the engineer has told me. So after that, I'll be able to do a final project accounting and let you know how the cost came in total, what our share was, what the Metcom share was, what the grant loan was.
Where do we stand approximately at this point?
The total project's right at 21 million. So it should be right in that neighborhood.
Right at the budgeted remarks. Okay.
Update on where we are with the trash contract. You know, we've had significant discussion about the end of the current 5-year term, and the council did agree to assign the contract to Good Trash Removal. So the town attorney has drafted the paperwork. The contractor signed the paperwork. I'm waiting on them to provide insurance information and bonding information before we sign the agreement. So that would take effect July 1st. The audit RFP is in process. It was advertised on eMaryland Marketplace. A number of firms have picked up the RFP, and we had a meeting last week that was voluntary. Only had one firm actually attend that meeting. I do think we will have other interested firms. I found out from the county, who's going through the very same process, they only had 4 bidders. I would have thought they would have had more. But they have not made their selection yet. They're still doing their review. So I'll be reaching out to the firms that bid on their job that have not picked up packets from us to see if there's additional interest.
And that's the RFP for
The audit services.
audit service.
When is that deadline for picking up the RFP?
The bids are due April 22nd. So they have a couple weeks
Right.
left.
Right.
I will be issuing an addendum this Wednesday to answer all the questions that have been posed in writing and at the meeting, so everyone will have access to the same information. And then we'll open the technical proposals on the 22nd.
Okay.
I do anticipate, based on the timeline that I have set, that I'll come back to the council at the May meeting with a recommendation to award. The new network server is here on site. It's hooked up and running in parallel with the old server, but the implementation of different components, different segments of that server are gonna happen incrementally. The first big switchover we're scheduling for this week. The migration of the utility billing and the customer web portal will happen at the end of June. The vendor has a new and improved payment portal, and I'm not sure how many of you are using that payment portal, but they have upgraded and are providing enhanced features. So we're gonna try to do all that at the same time at the end of June. I do anticipate I'll have a few budget amendments to bring to the council at the May meeting. As we get closer to the end of the year, I can make some judgments about what I need to make budget amendments for and what I don't. So I think I'll shoot for that in May. And since we're talking about the budget, all the requests for this budget cycle are due by Friday. The draft to the council would be distributed at the May meeting, and then the budget workshop is scheduled for May the 21st.
Just going back to the portal, the payment portal, how, is there a percentage of people that are using that? Is that rising, or?
Every quarter, there's more.
Yeah.
I have, every quarter I summarize how many are using that, plus the cost. I'm seeing the cost rise quarter over quarter over quarter. This quarter ending March, it costs us about $2,200 in fees for that payment portal. Of course, the town is paying for those.
Right.
So as the numbers increase, and the fees vary per transaction because the card that's used
Right.
makes the fees vary.
Right.
So it's hard to predict, but this is the highest quarterly bill we've had. So
Okay.
that generally can translate to the highest number of people utilizing the portal.
One other question on the real estate tax. It looks like, we've reached 101%. Is there still one more payment to be come in on that? Is that correct, normally?
Not on the real property. I
Okay.
do have an outstanding public utilities tax that has not been certified by the state, so I haven't been able to bill it yet.
Okay.
But where we are right now for property tax, unless we get some weird addition or abatement, is pretty much where it should stand at the
Okay.
end of the year.
Thank you. Any other questions for Rebecca?
Rebecca, the budget workshop, May 21st, are we just going to look at one workshop? I think that's what we did last year, right? So just
For a
one?
number of years, we've only needed one.
Okay. I remember I thought one year we had two.
And if after that meeting, you all decide we need to schedule another one, we can
Okay.
do that.
Anyone else? Thank you very much. Okay. Jada, planning and zoning report, please.
Planning and zoning has not met since January. However, they will be meeting this April, April the 15th at 4 p.m. As of right now, we have one confirmed case, which is the Leonardtown Self-Storage Unit at the Clark's Rest Subdivision right there on Route 5. The second would be Woods View Subdivision. They'll be on the agenda pending your approval for EDUs today.
Right.
Other than that, I don't have anything else unless you have any questions about the building permit report.
Any questions for Jada? No? Thank you very much. Okay, we actually have Corporal Nelson with us today. Welcome back. No report, we understand, since you just got back, so.
No, the only thing that I can say is we're still experiencing a whole bunch of B&Es into unlocked motor vehicles in the north end of the county. So just to reiterate, people walking items out of sight. But that's it.
Okay, great. I did have one question for you. Someone asked me, out at the governmental center, there's looks like a camera, portable camera.
That was me as well.
Okay, but you're not aware of,
I meant to ask somebody what it
Okay.
was, and I forgot when I
Yeah.
saw them today. But
okay.
I'll ask for you.
Just curious, someone was asking me, so I said I'd follow up, so, okay. Anything else for Christy?
Welcome back.
Gonna say, great to have you back, especially for this busy season with events, so. Okay. Laschelle?
Okay, the first item on my agenda is just an introduction of an ordinance based on the findings of the 2019 Water Capacity Management Plan that was presented to the council at the March 12th meeting. A new well and water storage tank are needed to support the planned growth. Funding for growth-related projects are paid for by impact fees. The water impact fee is currently $1,800 and has been in effect since 2004. The sewer impact fee is $13,000, and that was set in 2006. The new water impact fee that we are proposing is to be $3,000 from the $1,800. We will have a public hearing in May, and we would be able to take action on ordinance number 190, which is what we're introducing today, to increase that water impact fee to $3,000.
And just might add that impact fees are set for the new construction that needs to take place. We have to build a new water tower and a new well, so that's the big reason for the increase in the impact fees.
As I said, growth-related projects are
Right.
paid for by the new growth, not by the current residents that
Right.
are in town.
Yep.
So we had a lengthy presentation with GHD here last month, as you remember, and we talked a little bit about the impact fee, and the water was the most pressing to move forward before the new construction starts in some of the newer subdivisions. So we haven't seen an increase in this since 2004, so I think that's pretty good.
Yep, okay.
Any questions on that? So we'll schedule a public hearing and be able to take action on that at the May meeting. The next is just information. We had an update on the traffic signal warrant analysis at Clark's Rest. If you remember, State Highway had told us that if we, once the connection to Leonard's Grant and Clark's Rest was able to be done or was imminent, we could update the numbers for the Route 5 and Clark's Rest intersection to look at if a signal would be warranted, which would be able to coincide with the Route 5 widening. And we are in a section with Clark's Rest. They've begun Phase 3, so that will connect to Leonard's Grant. So we were able to have the company that does the traffic analysis add in numbers for that Clark's Rest connection to Leonard's Grant. And we did meet 2 of the warrants, which is what we were looking for. So we have submitted the updated study to State Highway. The letter is attached to your packets, just so you would have it. I think their State Highway was here last week, was it, or this week? I think they're meeting with the county, so maybe it was the end of last week, I think.
Okay.
Not with us, but
Right,
I wanted
right.
to get it in the mail. And if you remember, both Marek and Pleasant's Construction split the cost of the update with us, so. Any questions on that?
Just the last time I did meet with Greg Slater and Pete Rom, with the State Highway, they said if we could meet one warrant, they would try to push this through to get it done while they're here working in that area anyway. So this meets 2 with the connection, so hopefully that'll move on through, so.
And
And the consultant will be available if State Highway has questions about how they calculated those numbers, so.
And when's that connection supposed to be finished?
Well, they've begun Phase 3. They have gotten their bonds into us. They have the grading permit and are starting utility work. So Phase 3, I don't know if they even have an estimate. Could be, a year.
I was gonna say, I met with
Marvin.
Marvin, last week, and he's hoping within a year that connection will be done.
Okay. I remember they accelerated it a couple of months
Right,
ago.
it was originally in phase 4.
Right.
And we asked them for this reason to put it in phase 3, so
Okay.
they did.
There's a lot less dirt that needs to be moved in this new area compared to the phase 1. I mean, there was so much dirt that had to be moved, but this is a lot easier, so.
Okay, the next item is the proposed Woods View subdivision EDU approval. In March of 2008, ordinance number 132 was adopted for new construction, which would result in requiring additional sewer capacity out of the existing capacity at the wastewater treatment plant. Amanda and Quentin Wood are the owners of parcel 23 on Greenbrier Road, consisting of 1 1/4 acres. They are requesting going through the subdivision process to subdivide the parcel into 3 lots, which would meet the town's subdivision requirements. In order to proceed to the Planning Commission, the council would need to approve the project for sewer capacity. The Woods have also purchased the property next door and begun a significant cleanup on that property. I attached a copy of Ordinance 132. There are several reasons that you can give allocation out of the existing plant, and the one that this would meet would be infill development, because it is an existing lot that did not have construction on it prior to that. Some of the others are public projects. At the time, Leonard's grant was moving forward, and then things that would be for revitalization in the downtown. So it does meet the ordinance as an infill development project. I attached a map as well to show you which parcel it is. This does back up to Singletree, and that area has always been a concern by especially the residents on Jennifer Court, because it did need a lot of cleanup. Not this particular lot, but the one next to it, and they have begun that, and it looks a lot better.
I was out there today, and they have really cleaned up that one old farmhouse, and as soon as they can, he's going to be moving as soon as he can, probably in June or so. They're going to tear that down and put a nice new home there. And then these are 3 lots that'll be next to that, so just drive by there, and the area's been cleaned up tremendously.
So where their house is now, that'll be a new house put on that existing?
Correct.
Okay.
So this would be on the agenda next week for Planning Commission, if you all allocate the 2 additional EDUs.
Any other questions?
No, I think it'll be a major improvement also
Yeah.
to the area,
Right.
so.
Anyone care to make a motion?
I move to approve availability of EDUs for the proposed 3-lot subdivision Woods View on Greenbrier Road. This project meets the requirements of infill development per ordinance number 132.
I'll second.
Motion and a second, further discussion. Hearing none, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much.
We did take the item, the Tudor Hall water storage tank, and hopefully that'll be back on your agenda next month. Just one other item, I did get the bids for the slips in the pier out on Friday. We sent it to everyone who's approved as a contractor for marine contracting in the state of Maryland, off from the MDE website. Well over 100 companies we sent the proposal to. I have the plans that we, once, if they inquire, that we would send them the final plans. So the pre-bid is April 18th, and the bids will be due at the end of this month. So hopefully we'll be able to move it forward if it comes in reasonably, which things haven't been going that way, but for anyone, I don't think. But that's all I have.
Okay. Moving on to my report, of course, everyone's heard about the hotel now. It did sell a couple weeks ago, and it's scheduled to, it went to auction, and the new owner should take title probably about 30 days from now. So once that's done, they're partnering with a hotel group to operate it as a hotel. So That's very positive for the town. Weingartner, everyone's heard about that. Weingartner did sell this location to a Ford dealership, and they're going to move this location eventually down to 235 in California. But they did just recently sign a 5-year lease with the Bell family, so they still have some, they have to honor that lease, so not going anywhere anytime soon. Actually, and then Don Pleasance and a number of his group are coming down next week. We're going to meet with them to talk about the Tudor Hall farm, so see where they are on that. The sidewalk Phase 2 project, you want to just mention, soon have a meeting for the public?
I'm going to be scheduling an evening meeting for the homeowners that are along Phase 2 of the sidewalk project. When we did Phase 1, State Highway brought a number of people down, and we're able to meet with the homeowners to address any concerns and kind of show them what the impacts would be along their property. So I just need to get that scheduled, and then they'll be able to move forward if we get a positive response from the homeowners.
Okay. That's all I had, I believe, unless anyone has any questions. But we'll move to events. Tyler?
So a lot going on event-wise. Posts are still continuing on the website, SMMA, Southern Maryland Online, Maryland Calendar of Events, Facebook pages. I just got a bunch of notifications today on my Facebook page. Upcoming events, the Earth Day celebration, big event on April 14th, this Sunday. My kids are looking forward to it with the reptiles and horse rides, so it should be a really good event. I think great weather, which will be nice. Saturday, April 20th is the Coastal Arts Market at the Wintertown Wharf from 9 to 3 p.m. And then Sunday, April 28th, the car show on the square is from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. And then I know Brandy's still working hard on the Wintertown Summer Music Festival and scheduling those concert events and everything else. I think that's it. Did I miss anything, Brandy?
Anything you want to add?
Just for Earth Day, the roads are going to close from 10 to 5. We're closing down from Shadrack to Courthouse. And we have a huge amount of vendors who have applied for this year. We're still getting applications in as of this date. Cut off like 2 weeks ago. So a lot of interest in participating this year. And we've got some really great live demos taking place. We've got the reptile show, Birds of Prey is returning as well. We've got Southern Maryland Tennis Club is doing a bunch of different racquetball demonstrations, so everything from tennis to pickleball to any racquetball sports, paddle sports is being demonstrated. Tai Chi and Zumba demos down at the wharf, pony rides. We also have the miniature horses returning from Greenwell Foundation. So a lot of exciting things, free kayaking and paddleboarding as well down at the wharf.
Did you hear back from Ms. Thompson, the student at Riken that wanted to?
I have not.
Okay, I'll
I've saved a space for her.
okay, I'll give them a call tomorrow and see where they stand.
And then, of course, the Leonardtown Summer Music Festival, the big announcement is coming. We're going to be announcing everything that's happening, the schedule at the State of the Town breakfast. But a lot's taking place and a lot is being put into the event, so
Yeah.
we're excited about that.
Great,
Thanks.
thank you. Speaking of the state of the town, is everyone going to be able to make that? Good.
Let me know, because I don't have RSVPs.
What day was it?
Friday, this
This
Friday.
Friday at 7:30.
Oh, I can't make it.
Okay.
Friday
It's at the college.
at the
Yes,
college in the
yeah.
auditorium, and 7:30 is breakfast. We're usually done around 9. It's a
Yep.
big crowd. We have 85 RSVPs right now.
Okay. Community development planning. Hayden, have anything for us?
I don't have anything to report, just that we have a lot of permits moving through, so thank you to Jada for
A lot of things going on.
what she's having to keep track of in her report. And also to Rebecca for busy planning season with contracts and budget sessions.
Okay. Christy, anything?
I
worth
don't have
telling
much
us?
to report, other than we all kind of know about those couple of water main breaks we had, so.
Yep.
Moving forward.
Jay, Southern Maryland Municipal Association.
I just, two things. April 27th is our MML Board of Directors meeting, and May 8th is our next chapter meeting. That's in Indian Head, if anybody would like to go. It's also election night at our chapter meeting. And also congratulations on your new grandson.
Oh.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's all I have.
Okay, Mary, Business Development and Retention.
Thank you, I have nothing today to talk about.
Okay. Basically with this state, the talk of the town is really the big thing, so, yeah, great. As always, I'm always available after the meeting if anyone has any questions for half hour or so. Anything else for the good of the cause? If not, I'd entertain a motion to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you very much.
Very nice.